Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the week of March 22nd. This week, we're going to just jump right in here and take a look at your current general energies in this first row. In your second row, we're going to look at the most important message for you this week. And in your last row, we're going to look at any messages from your guides or your ancestors. At the end, we are also going to pull 3 yes or no question cards. And I will also be answering those as if they are a personal reading. So without knowing your question, I'm going to answer as if I do. And that'll be that. So Libra, let's see what is going on for you this week. And Libra. Libra definitely looks like a new love reading for a lot of you here. And it's a pretty straightforward reading, I would say to you. There are definitely blessings coming in for you here in love. You have the blessings card right here and the lovers down here. You start off with this learn from your past card and your general energies. And you also have the Wheel of Fortune here. I do feel this is saying learn from the burdens and the difficulties that you've gone through in the past. I feel that'll help you the most. I feel that there was a lot of confusion, or there were a lot of reasons to be confused with a person that you were dealing with in the past. And to me, it looks like you're moving towards someone new, the Knight of Cups, but there is this need to trust that there's love coming in, which I feel like is the hardest thing with the Eight of Cups, which we'll talk about at the end. But it just looks like one of those stories where it's like the universe is saying, okay, it's time to move on with the Chariot. It's time to leave something behind. He is leaving behind a city, something that he has built, basically. And so, it's somewhere where he grew up, something that he knows, right? So for a lot of you, it's like you're leaving behind something that you have known for a long time. And it looks like a relationship for most of you. And I feel this is just saying, learn from the experience. You have the Chariot, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Seven of Cups coming in for you. Number one, this could be a very victorious week for you. I feel there could be a lot of success and a lot of good things coming in for you here. I feel there are a lot of opportunities, I would say, for you to turn any negatives into a positive with the Wheel of Fortune, especially with the Seven of Cups coming up right here. This to me would say that it's an opportunity. that you have a chance to turn anything that you're dealing with around, right? It is going to require some elbow grease, I do feel, especially going this way. We go to the Ten of Wands and the Eight of Cups. I don't think it's a bad week at all for you here, Libra. And we are going to clarify this reading, so we will get more details. I just think it could be a little bit uncertain. It's like your future is uncertain, and you're probably having to walk alone. For a lot of you, I feel like you already are walking alone with the Eight of Cups, meaning that I feel some of you, I do feel get this sense of loneliness here. But, the thing about the Eight of Cups that I like the most is that he's walking towards the Nine of Cups. He's walking towards something that he truly wants. He also gets this, kind of starts to become empowered with this card as well. If you kind of, what's popping into my head right now, Libra, is if you look at the Nine of Cups, right? It's like the guy that's sitting there, he almost looks like a little bit cocky. He's got this cocky little smile on his face. And it's because probably he's been through whatever the Eight of Cups is for you, which is walking through darkness, loneliness, walking away from something that was once very fulfilling, and just walking into the darkness hoping that you're going to find something new that will also fulfill you. So I feel this is the journey that you're on, and you will be successful. The Seven of Cups, I feel, is saying you have a lot of options, and maybe you need to start looking into options, and not just in love. I'm talking about in all areas of your life. But as far as love is concerned, I feel for some of you, it's kind of like you're trying not to repeat a cycle with the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like you were dealing with a karmic person, whatever you want to call it, with the Chariot. For a lot of you, I feel you built a lot with this person. That was the first thing that popped into my head with that card. It's like you could have built a home, a family. You could have built anything with that person. You could have lived in an apartment. It's like there was something more than just living, being with this person. It was much deeper than that with the Chariot energy, I feel. So this could be why it's hard to walk away. You have all these cards want to pop out here, Libra. So let's clarify this, and let's see where this is going for you. You have the Nine of Pentacles. Moving on. Like I said, I feel like you're just going to be single. High Priestess, trust your intuition. You are being guided at this time. And the Eight of Cups. Like I said, how crazy is this? If the Nine of Cups comes up here, I'm going to fall over, Libra, because I feel like that's where this reading is going. I feel like it's you heading towards blessings, you heading towards a wish. The Nine of Cups is a wish. It is a blessing. It is, contentment, happiness, good things coming in for you. I feel that the Nine, again, like I said, Nine of Pentacles makes perfect sense with everything I said. It's like you're currently single at this time, or you're experiencing single energy. I also always say there is a little snail, and he shows up right down here. And the snail to me can represent like a snail shell, not wanting to repeat a cycle over and over and over again. It's like you're trying to end a cycle. You're trying to get out of something. And I feel like you are. I really feel you're, Nine of Pentacles, like pre-Empress energy. It's pretty crazy because I've done almost all the readings this week, and almost every single sign has had the Nine of Pentacles. So it seems like a very, empowering week to me. I feel like a lot of people are stepping into their own power. It's more like you have the option. It's funny that on the Seven of Cups, I said I felt like these are options, because the High Priestess is just potential. It's just something that kind of enters into our awareness. So I feel there are a lot of opportunities for you to, walk towards new jobs, new businesses, new love, whatever you want. But I do feel that these opportunities are not yet, they're very dreamy. Even, Eight of Cups, a very dreamy card. Eight of Cups even says like, do not get sucked into emotion. The Knight of Cups here is also like a very dreamy card. So I do feel for some of you, it's like there is an idea, which we're probably going to get somewhere in here, I would say, Libra. There is some sort of idea you have that needs to be brought down to earth. Even the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands, I do not look at as a bad card. I know a lot of people do, but Ten of Wands, he's about to finish his burdens, and we'll talk about that right now. So in your middle row here, for the most important message for you this week, you have the Blessings card. I feel like most importantly, there are blessings coming in for you this week, Libra. Yeah. You have this Wisdom card, look at this, and the Wonders card as well. So I feel there are like major blessings coming in for you with this energy, probably based off of things that you have learned. You have the Five of Wands, Ten of Wands, and the Lovers here. I feel you have been burdened in love in general, but I feel like the most important thing here is this card, the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands, like I said, he's about to reach this village. He's about to complete his long, difficult journey. And the Eight of Cups is, you have it twice here in this diagonal. And it's basically saying, like, I feel that some of you have been on a long, difficult journey. You've been dealing with some very heavy burdens. And it's like, now you're like, when is this going to come to an end? I feel like you're asking yourself, like, when are these things going to come to an end? When am I going to put these burdens down? It's kind of like the last Lord of the Rings, which I don't know if you watched that movie, but that movie sucked. And every time it was the Return of the King, I'm sure somebody is going to hate on me for that. But at the end, the movie ended for about 3 hours. Like it kept ending. It was one of those movies where I'm like, okay, this is the end, right? It's like they're gonna start to roll credits. That's popping into my head for you here, Libra. I feel whatever burdens or difficulties you've been dealing with, you're just like, okay, this is the end, right? Like we're done, and this is the end. It's like you keep getting to the end, and you're like, okay, roll credits, and I feel like it just never happens. And so you've been on this long journey, like that, where it's like you're wondering when it's going to end. I feel for some of you, you're feeling conflicted about whether or not to have love in your life with the Lovers here, but you do have the Knight of Cups here, so I do feel there could be love coming in for you with this energy. Let's clarify this, Libra. I do want to see where this is going before I say anything else. You have the Temperance card. I feel like you need to be patient at this time. Like I said, turning a negative into a positive. I said that down here, basically. You have the Sun, major happiness coming in for you, and the Nine of Swords. Get out of your head about love. Definitely a repeat nightmare situation as far as love is concerned. So I really feel for some of you, this reading is about being comfortable being alone. So it's very clear to me with the Eight of Cups twice and some of the other things that are going on here. I feel like this is saying that the universe, it's almost like your guides even, because this is showing up in the area of your guides. They want you to be comfortable alone. They want you to be able to handle things on your own. So I feel like for some of you, the period of time that you've been going through, probably for the past few years, has been teaching you how to be comfortable on your own, even in relationships. Maybe you've been in relationships. You can be in a relationship and still be alone. So I feel for some of you, you have even experienced that, where you've been in a relationship, but you have still been alone, even though you're with a person. So I feel like you've been feeling that. I feel a lot of you are moving towards happiness here, though, so love it. Next, for any messages from your guides, you have this Loyal Hearts card. I feel like you need to trust that this is going to be coming in for you. Look at the whole entire reading is the same message. You have this time to go card. I feel like this whole reading is pushing you towards a wish, is pushing you towards your blessings, is pushing you towards, things that you actually want to manifest in your life. And it's like the universe is saying, okay, it's time to leave the city behind. On the Chariot here, he has this city behind him, and you're like the second or third sign that has had this message. There's a city behind him, but he's trusting that the universe is guiding him in a new direction. And again, he's holding the same wand that the Magician is holding, so, it can represent a new beginning. I definitely feel there's like a new beginning coming in for you here with the Chariot, but I feel like it's time for you to move on, time for you to go. This card reminds me of like being stuck in purgatory. It's like she's in this kind of hazy, foggy area of her life. And there's a doorway down here. Let me see if that's going to show up on camera, kind of. But there's a doorway all the way down here. And she needs to get to that doorway. She needs to go through that door and experience a new life. I feel like that's what you need to do here, Libra. You have the Eight of Cups, Five of Swords, walking away, and the Knight of Cups here. Look at this. It's like Eight of Cups going this way. It's like Five of Swords going this way. This card here is going this way. Knight of Cups is your dream life. It's basically saying that everything you want is over here. Everything you want is in the future. I did get something here about making sure not to repeat cycles, but I feel like you're already doing this. It's like you have already learned enough from your past, right? It's like you've already learned enough difficult lessons. I feel like it's time to just move towards the future. Very simple reading here, Libra. There's no reason to like overcomplicate the message. I feel like that for the most part, it's just saying that you're moving on to something new, something bigger and better, probably moving on towards wish fulfillment here, Libra. You have the Five Wands, definitely conflicted. We'll talk about that in a second. Five of Swords with the Five of Swords. Basically, the universe saying I meant what I said. And the Judgment card, your true life purpose here with the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like the Seven of Pentacles is you realizing that, whatever happened in the past, whether it be with a person or a job or anything else, you're realizing that it just wasn't worth it with that Seven of Pentacles energy. I feel this is something that you can't ignore with the Judgment card here. The Judgment card is like an inner calling or a wake-up call, but it can also be, it can also be a wake-up call. So I do feel like you are having some sort of wake-up call here that there are things that you want to accomplish in your life. And I feel like they're not in this middle row, strangely enough. That's what I feel like saying. I use a loose spread when I do this, even though I'm kind of saying this row means this row means this. I feel like your guides want you to realize that you are being called to something greater in your life. Definitely uncertain. You are walking into darkness. I do feel that your uncertainty is you walking towards something greater. I'm going to pull an extra row and see what you're walking towards. Queen of Cups, something you can nurture, a life you can nurture and cherish, probably. Ten of Swords, it's funny. It's like this is saying let go of whatever this middle row is here. We'll talk about that in a second. And the King of Cups, divine counterparts. For some of you, you're walking towards a divine counterpart, but I feel like you have to let go of whatever this past situation is. It is probably something that once made you happy with the sun, but I really feel you're kind of moving towards this King of Cups energy here. I feel like this is just a divine counterpart coming in for you, plain and simple. And yeah, that's it, Libra. That's what I feel like you're walking towards. Ace of Pentacles, new offer. Definitely could be a job offer coming in for you. Knight of Cups, Knight in Shining Armor. I feel that in a lot of ways, that if you have been wounded, Five of Cups here as well, I feel like you're worried that if you get into something new that you're going to be hurt again. Ten of Swords, Ten of Wands, right? You're worried that you're going to be overburdened by another person. But I feel like this Knight of Cups kind of like saves the day. I don't think you need anyone to save you. So let's get that straight, right? Nobody needs anyone to save them. Plain and simple. You can save yourself. And like I said here, with the Eight of Cups twice, I get like a very empowered energy. And I feel like you're feeling empowered because you're going to get to that Nine of Cups, and then you're going to be like, wow, I survived, basically, with the Eight of Cups. I just feel like this person, just kind of makes things better, in a lot of ways, and probably just a better person for you. But I do feel there's a need to let go of whatever this repeat cycle is. So if you're in this like never-ending story with a person, I feel that you're walking away from it. In a lot of ways, I don't even think that's advice, because you have the Chariot there. The Chariot really just tells me that you're taking control and that you are choosing to walk away. So, I feel like the decision has already been made. I feel like you are conflicted, about it, and that's fine. We can not be sure of ourselves, but for the most part, I feel like you're walking away here. Pretty simple reading. Major upgrade coming in for you here, Libra. So I like it. We're going to answer 3 yes or no questions now. Libra, it's going to be 1, 2, or 3, and 3. You can choose all 3 cards if you want. Feel free to pause the video if you need time. 1, 2, and 3 right here. But for question number 1, I would say yes, damn, Libra. 10 of Pentacles, major success, abundance, good things coming in for you here. I'm getting the word key popping into my head as well, so I'm wondering, but I feel like this is about some sort of purchase. So if you're making a purchase or asking about a purchase, I would say yes. And if this is about love, this to me is the best love card in the deck, so yes. For question number 2, I would also say yes here. I feel like something needs to become more grounded, more consistent. I kind of got that in your reading here. I didn't really talk about it that much, but I do feel that for some of you, something needs to become more grounded. I feel like something needs to be kind of like brought down here. So, but I would say yes with this energy. For question number 3, I would say yes, Page of Cups. This is like new love coming in for you here. I almost feel like saying no. It's weird because for like 2 people, this third question has been a maybe for me. I feel for some of you, this is saying there's new love coming in. So if you're asking about a past person, I feel like saying no. I feel like there's new love coming in for you. For others, I feel like, again, something needs to be grounded. Page of Cups, he's looking into that cup. He's imagining the fish that's in that cup, but that fish could easily hop out of the cup and hop into the water. So this card kind of says, like, you need to take action on something. You need to make sure that something is grounded in reality. And that's what I feel like you need to do here, Libra. But this is a pretty good reading, pretty simple. Like I said, there's no reason for me to drag it out. I feel like it's a reading it's like a portal reading. And I feel like it's asking you to move on from the past and move on towards something new. Doesn't matter what it is. Could be a relationship. If you're thinking about leaving a job, it could be a job. It could be anything. But love it. I feel like you're feeling the calling as well. I feel like your guides want you to listen to your intuition here. With that 5 of Swords, I feel like it's just saying, you had the 5 of Swords twice, by the way. And I feel like that 5 of Swords twice is saying that you have tried something like twice or more than twice and it didn't work out. So I feel like it's like a clue to move on. But this is a pretty good reading here, Libra. I feel like you're moving towards like really a lot of happiness, good things. So thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you this week. Also, feel free to like and subscribe. Really appreciate the support. But thank you, Libra, and definitely enjoy your week.